Hello, this Master Luke Chen. I'm here in Yangshuo. It's beautiful day today. So we want to talk something about the Qigong. And of course, we based on the Tao Te Ching and Zhineng Qigong or Qiliao Qigong. This how the movement works and how it can help you actually to live here and now. So, we based on everything. Let's face it. When we breathing in, breathe out. That's a kai he or release, absorb. It's a rhythm to it. It's a rhythm. The whole earth is a rhythm. Everything moves, but with a rhythm. So you must, you do Qigong, you must catch the rhythm. And the rhythm for us is the 6th direction, the release, absorb. And of course, that's based on Dr. Pang Ming. He's a Qigong grandmaster. He used Kai He. There's a rhythm. That's going back to the center. Thousands of people doing the open and close. But there's a rhythm. You need to use that rhythm to do your Qigong. And for us, the basic is 6th direction. So if you're not been doing that, you need to start to doing it. Otherwise, too many movement, you juggling too many things in the air, then you drop everything. So the simple movement, of course, release, absorb. Now, open and close. Now, of course, when you move out, not just simply move out, because now you use your dantian to move forward, and then your feet shift from one to another. So we talked about it last tape. The shift to one feet, and you feel bottom of your feet and shift to the front, and then the second, the third. So it's a rhythm to it. So it's a very smooth transition. So you must be patient in order to do that. But it's all based on the release, absorb. Within release, absorb, then you do all those things. Now, of course, the tongue is very important, the tongue. So we normally say tongue touch upper palate. So what's upper palate? If you look at the anatomy of the tongue, you'll see there's the hard palate and soft palate. Between the hard and soft, there's a ridge there. There's something going out. So if you use your tongue, touch your palate between hard and soft, that's a little bit bump there. Then that's where your tongue is. Now you say, well, is the position fixed? No, it moves. It's not stuck there, okay? Because it's moving. So for me, that absorb, touch. So you tip your tongue, the back or tip of your tongue, touch there, feel it, and then you start to move the tongue. And then when you move the tongue, of course, the rest of the body move. Why? Why when you move the tongue, the rest of your body move? Because the tongue is a very powerful piece of muscle. This is the tongue that, this muscle, the front can move. It only attached to the bottom of it. So when you move your tongue, the whole body is skeleton, and this skeleton is attached by muscles. When you move one piece of muscle, the whole body theoretically moves. And of course, if you've not been doing it, your whole body is stuck. And then people don't do Qigong. When they fall down, the whole body collapses, because then you have not been moving your skeleton, not moving your muscle. So there's no chi there. When you fall down, that's the end of your life when you go over 80 or some year old. But for us, it's no. We can still move because we've been moving all our lives in the right places. Right? When we fall down, we just get up and life move on. Okay. So release for me is absorb, turn the tongue, going back to where's the hard palate and soft palate. Start moving. Release. Then I turn the other way. Absorb. So the tongue is live. It turns. It's not just stuck in one position and then all day long. No, just move. Because our body moves. And Tao Te Ching saying that returning is the movement of Tao. So we need to move. So it's a circle. Everything is circle. And of course, that circle corresponding to the release, absorb, and corresponding while breathing. But remember, the breathing does not control the movement, but the movement control the breath. The movement, of course, controlled by our mind. So our mind relax, move our body, and then the breath comes. A lot of people misunderstood, especially people doing some other art. They just, that's wrong, because that's your breath. Your breath to move your body. It's not that. So your mind moves your body, and then your breath come with it. So all together, looks like it's not that. Then your chi is all up. But when you start to move your tongue, your breath comes with it. It's a very important concept, all right? But today I want to mention another very important concept, all right? So when we say, the fish swimming in water, fish swimming in water, and we swimming in the air. Now, are we moving the air or the air moving us? It's a very important concept, okay? So when you move like you're moving in the air, release the air, absorb. So it's the air. Air doesn't move. You think the air doesn't move, and then your body moves with it. Or, more high level, when we go to Tao Te Ching, then we need to think 4 dimensions. What do you mean by 4 dimensions? If you go to internet, search for 4 dimensions, if you at a 4 dimension, that means the time involved, space, space-time, space itself, 3 dimensions and 4 dimensions. How it moves. So now we're in 3 dimensions. Normally, we think in 3 dimensions. So when we see things, everything is 2 dimensions. So when we move, the air is stationary, we move. But however, when we think in 4 dimensions, the whole thing, the air and you move together. So actually, the air moves you. Air moves. So the whole thing moves. It's not the air going through. No, the whole thing moves. But meanwhile, you are moving within the air, or within the qi, we call it, or Tao Te Ching we call wu wei wu, within the wu wei. So it's the breath. So it's not empty. It's the wu is something there that you call it air or qi or oxygen, whatever you call it, is something. But with that something, like the fish, we moved in water, or the whole thing, the water moved the fish. Both, because we moving 3 dimensions going through, or 4 dimensions. When you look at 4 dimensions, the whole thing moves. Like we are now, what? We are on the earth, right? But the earth itself moves. The whole thing moves along the, along the sun, but the sun itself moves. The whole thing moves. So if you're in a 4 dimension, the whole thing moves. Meanwhile, you move individually. So if you're in a sync, the whole thing harmonizes with the whole thing, then your whole body move together. Your tongue move, your feet move, your dantian move, everything move. But you start with the joints. You need to loosen up the joints, and then your qi can go down. That means you are very peaceful, no violence, and you keep your cool, your high blood pressure down, and then your heartbeat down. So everything soft. That's what Tao Te Ching tells us that, like baby, the whole thing is like baby. The baby moved in the whole body moved. It moved with the earth, it moved the universe. That's how the baby is. But since we move things individually, but by thinking theoretically, then you start to move every day, move different part of your body. You become going back as a baby. That means you're very soft, full of life. And but anyway, all right. So I just want to mention today like that. It's beautiful day. Actually, every day beautiful day if you allow it. Because now the air, the heaven and earth gives us what? Air, sunlight, water, everything. It gives for the trees, for the fish, everything. So it's unconditional love. So the essence of Tao is love yourself, love others, love nature. The world is beautiful because you are here. Thank you so much. I love you.